The three domains of AI which we have already understood are data, computer vision, and natural language processing. In the previous two lectures, we have thoroughly understood, or we have in detail studied about what is data and how data can be used as an input for the AI system, what is the importance of computer vision, and today we are going to understand about natural language processing. Now, it is a technology that is applied to enable computer systems to understand human speech. We have to give the information to an AI system in terms of speech, not only text data, not only images. Sometimes we give the data in terms of our voice input. So it is a technology that is applied to enable computers to understand the languages spoken by humans. So if I just say, hello, what is the weather outside? The AI system should be able to give me the data that I require. So it is a branch of AI that enables interaction between humans and the AI system or the computer system through interpreting what has been spoken by the user. So it has to take the audio input, understand it, that is process it, analyze it, and then interpret also, processing, analysis, interpreting. So many complex observations have to be made, and it has to give me the correct result or the correct output to me. Now, proceeding further, NLP includes speech recognition, audio to text, text to audio, and processing audio data. Speech recognition in the sense it has to understand which language is being spoken. That is very important. Then only it can do it. Then sometimes audio will be interpreted to text. That means whatever I speak, it is going to get translated into the text form. You can just dictate. Some apps are there which is going to allow you to just dictate, and the textual form of data is available to you. Sometimes text to audio. You just type something, you just say, press the speak button, you're getting the information. Like language translators are there, which is going to give you the data in audio form. Then processing this audio data also, just taking the audio data is not sufficient. It has to process it, analyze it, then understand it, and then interpret it. So many concepts are there in NLP. Some of the examples of NLP which all of us know and all of us are using are Google Translator, IVRS, that is interactive voice response systems, which is available in many of the companies, business organizations now. We have Google Assistant, we have Cortana, we have Siri, we have Alexa. So many voice response systems or voice assistants are there. Translator softwares are there, and applications are there, which are the thorough examples of natural language processing, because it is trying to understand our natural language in a machine understandable form, and it is able to interpret what we want and give us the results back. Now, how does this NLP work? Obviously, NLP cannot work simply. We have special or complex algorithms to understand the information, that is audio information, that is presented to it. Always it is not audio, it may be textual information, because the output may come in the audio form. So what do these algorithms do? They convert the unstructured voice data or speech into a form that is identified by a computer system. That is nothing but your algorithm. By the help of language rules, that is, I'm introducing a new term here, syntax, semantics. Semantics means the meaning of that particular sentence, and pronunciation variation rules. These NLP algorithms, they try to interpret what has been spoken. It then digitizes it to perform a task. So see, so many parts are there for the NLP to work. First it's syntax, then semantics, then algorithms, interpreting the meaning of this one, the rules of the language, because every language has got certain rules, which we call as the grammar rules. We have different alphabets, we have different phonetics, the sound that is applied to that, everything varies. So it takes all these things, it is fed to the algorithm. Then it is digitization also should go on, because computer systems are digital systems, and then it performs the task. So many concepts are there for the NLP to work. Now, the two aspects of NLP which has been discussed in the previous slide, one is syntax and the other one is semantic. Syntax refers to the grammar of the language and the sentence formation. Now, every language has got a grammar. In the grammar, we have certain alphabets. We have certain rules that we have to follow. We have grammar parts like nouns, verbs, adjectives, then pronouns, prepositions. So many things are there. The positioning of that. All these things comes under the syntax. It is easy to apply since every language has a structured set of rules. If I follow the rules of where noun should come, where the verb should be there, where the preposition should be used, then it is very easy. We can easily apply that. Coming to the semantics, semantics refers to the meaning or the interpretation of the words which depends on the context. See, semantics is very important. Just by placing the nouns and verbs and everything, it does not make a meaningful sentence. It may be totally rubbish. So placing of those words in the proper way so that it carries a meaning comes under the concept of semantics. So it is so complex that if NLP concept is there in AI system, or if an AI system has to understand human speech, they should know about the syntax as well as the semantics also. This semantics is supposed to be a difficult one because it has to figure out what is the context, what is the tone, what is the emotion, and what is the expression which is carried by the voice. Same thing can be told in different ways. So it is should be able to differentiate whether it is an urgent situation, whether it is a relaxed one, whether it is carrying any emotion or not. All those things should be thoroughly understood, and machine learning algorithms of NLP carry out all these complex tasks. Now, the important concepts related to NLP are between the human and machine interaction, NLP plays a very important role. See here, you can see the image of two people or two youngsters interacting with a robot. Now, when they are speaking, the machine or the algorithm that is loaded in this robot should be able to understand the language, the syntax, semantics, the pronunciation, the accent, everything. So we can say that between the human and machine interaction, NLP plays a very important role. Remarkable commercial and social viability in various ways, such as classification of text, documents, interpreting and translating languages, speech recognition, generating meaningful text information or audio information, important interaction among machines as well as humans, development of systems in various fields based on question answer engine. All these things come under the important concepts of NLP. NLP is not just interacting, it is classifying the text, documentation, interpretation, speech recognition, voice recognition. Sometimes voice recognition is also there. Who is speaking? Speech is what is being stored. Voice is who is speaking. And after it is taking input also, generating meaningful information from that and analyzing that particular text information or audio information, and it through this NLP a proper interaction takes place between the machine and the human beings. So let us proceed further to understand more concepts of this NLP. Now this NLP has got two important types. One is NLU, the other one is NLG. NLU stands for what? It is natural language understanding. When I speak about understanding, it refers to syntax, semantics, grammar rules, and everything. Natural language generation, that is the machine is generating the interpreted results and giving it in the human understandable form. That is your NLG. NLU is difficult for machines but easy for human beings. But NLG is difficult for human beings but easy for machines because of the algorithm that is it is written about. So here I have given a slide which gives you understanding of the functions of NLP, NLU, and NLG. Coming to the lowermost part, that is NLP, it is a superset. It encompasses both the things, that is NLU and NLG, that can break down a sentence, find the best response to the sentence, and give the response to the user. Within that, what does the NLU do? The NLU engines accurately deciphers the meaning of a text that can change with the context. So deciphering the meaning comes under syntax and semantics. Generation means what? It can convert statistical data on a spreadsheet into a natural language that can be understood by humans. It can say that, okay, I have understood since the temperature is so and so, the pressure is so and so, we can say that today's climate is going to be very hot or cold, or a tornado attack will be there, or cyclone will be coming. So understanding and generation are two important aspects of NLP. So both these things together work in coordination for the NLP to work successfully. So semantics, syntax come under NLU, and generating the analyzing the data, generating the result in the human understandable form comes under natural language generation. As I told you, for machines, NLU is difficult, NLG is easy. But the contrast of that, for us, NLU is easy, but NLG is difficult. So that is why we rely on this AI systems to generate the result in the best possible way, in the patterns that it can understand, and how well we can understand the results that has been given by the machine. So a game, again, coming to a natural language processing, a very interesting game is there. This also I have put up in my website. I mean, in the YouTube channel, you can see that that's a mystery animal game. So you have to guess the animal that it is telling by asking some 20 important or some 20 very short questions like yes or no questions, and it immediately responds to you. So this is a game based on NLP. And the other game is your Thing Translator, wherein you can show your smartphone by downloading this app to the any object. It translates to you in whichever language. Suppose I go to some other country where I cannot understand the language. Say, suppose I go to Japan, and there all the things are written in Japanese language. So how do I understand what is written? I can use this Thing Translator, which uses the concept of computer vision also. It captures the image and sends it through the machine learning algorithms and translates it into Hindi or English, in which language I can understand. So this is a very good game. This also video I have put up in my website. You can see that and play it and understand how the NLP works. Now coming to the end part of this chapter, that is domains of AI, a very important question arises. Are these three domains related to each other? Are they interlinked? What do you say, or what have you understood, students? It is obvious that all of them are interrelated or related to each other. See, data, when I say data can be in the form of images or visuals, which is helpful in CV. Data in the form of speech, voice, audio, and music is helpful in NLP. Both these things, they combine together to generate the data in or patterns or trends that we want. So it can be the textual form, or that data can be useful for processing the further information that we want. So data in the form of audio visual is helpful in both CV and NLP. So don't you think they're all interconnected? Yes. Your guess is absolutely correct. All the three things work in coordination for the AI system to work perfectly and to help us to achieve or to the goals that we want, or help us to do the task that we want to do in the best possible way. So these three are interrelated with each other. So now coming to the next part about, we understood that data, computer vision, and NLP are related to each other. Now, if I can't compare this to human beings and understand how do we perceive the world around us, we communicate through text, speech, gestures, signs, signals, writing, and expressions. All these things can be put under two categories, that is vision and language. The machine that we do, that is what we do is we take all these things through our sense organs, we send those things to our brain, it processes it and gives us the, it helps us to understand what we are seeing around us, or it helps us to take certain decisions. Similarly, machine reconstructs the image in its brain and perceives it. Then it recognizes the image and the image is reorganized in the brain of the machine and the perception is complete. So as I can put it in a simple way, as we take the input through the sense organs, give it to the brain, in the similar way, the machine also takes the data in different forms, that is in the images form or in the audio form or in the video form. Then it processes it, analyzes it with the help of algorithms, and the perception is completed. So the 3 R's of computer, vision, we can say that reconstruction is done, recognition is done, and reorganization is done. Once these three processes are done, it is not that it has to start with reconstruction. It can start with reconstruction, it can then go for recognition, then it can go for reorganization. As I told you, if I go back to the previous slide and tell you, see, first is it reconstructs the image in its brain. So that is the step it has started to perceive it. Then it starts recognizing that image because of the data that it has got in its algorithm. Then it reorganizes that particular thing, and then the perception is completed. So this is a cyclic process which go on: reconstruction, recognition, reorganization. It again goes, and these are the three important aspects of the computer vision. So to recognize a face, what happens is that it has to understand the facial expressions to figure out the emotions. Perceiving a 3D world as simple as a small empty box or as a complex as a crossroad of a metro city during rush hour requires all required applications. That is, it has to have the data, it has to have the computer vision, which has got three R's: reconstruction, recognition, and reorganization. Then it can use NLP also in order to give us the output in the human understandable language. So an AI system uses all three domains of AI in order to give us the best results. So we can say that these applications, that is the AI applications, can be designed by integrating data, computer vision, and NLP. So we can conclude that what? We can conclude by saying that all the three domains of the AI, that is data, CV, and NLP, are interconnected with each other. They are related with each other. And an AI system should have all these three concepts to work in coordination for it to work in the best possible way. So I hope all of you have thoroughly enjoyed my sessions of domains of AI. In the next session, more concepts of AI is going to come, and I'm going to put it in the website. So till then, students, take care. Bye-bye.